Malaysia ni macam balik rumah nenek lah. Tak apa bawa anak-anak selekeh-selekeh lah. Rumah tak terus tak apa. Sebab ni rumah nenek. Apa-apa pun nenek tak akan marah. Hai semua, terima kasih datang ke Balas Klasik. Harap semua-semua sihat sahaja ya. Kenal tak Maya Travel? Maya Travel ni pernah berada di Malaysia. Tapi kali ni dia pergi ke Kota Singa. Dan katanya Kota Singa ni dikenali sebagai Kota Denda. Ya ke? Jadi buat pertama kali blogger Maya ni pergi ke Kota Singa dan dia merasa Kota Singa tu sangat bersih. Jadi beliau berasa was-was sedikit dan juga risau. Dan blogger ni kata ini bukan Thailand, Indonesia atau Malaysia. First dia nak pergi ke Katong. Dia nak pergi tengok sejarah tempat itu. Katong tu diduduki oleh orang-orang peranakan. Dah tahu kan siapa orang-orang tu? Yang dari Selat Melaka dulu. Lepas tu dia kahwin campur dengan orang Melayu ataupun orang Indonesia. Jadi dipanggil peranakan. Okey, semuanya dah okey. Hotel pun dah check in. Semua bersih, baik. Tapi blogger jadi risau sikit lah. Risau apa? Kan dia dah kata tadi, ni Kota Denda. Dan was-was lah dia. Dan juga, dia nak tahu, orang Kota Singa ni peramah ke? Dia orang akan layan ke? Jadi dia nak check lah sikit. Tak apa, kita pergi bersia-sia dulu. Kita tengok ada orang lokal kat sana. Dia nak layan kita ke? Pasal kita tak kenal lagi kan? Tak kenal, kita belum tahu lagi. Tapi apa yang saya perhati tu, bila dia Malaysia tu, dengan apanya gayanya, bila orang tanya datang daripada mana, dia sebutlah negara asal ibu bapanya. Dan dia baru dia cakap, saya daripada Amerika. Tapi di Kota Singa, dia tak sebut dulu sebelum dia kenal. Dan dia sembang-sembang. Bila dia tahu orang peramah, baru dia kata, saya asal usulnya, takut jugalah kan mana tahu orang di Kota Singa tak mau layan dia. Apa-apa pun kita ikutilah cerita dia ya. Jom.
What's going on guys? Welcome back to Maya Travels. I am currently here in Singapore for the first time ever. Super clean, super neat. I'm gonna take a seat. Oh no, this is a reserved seat. So I'm getting a Grab and it's actually costing me 11 Singaporean dollars, which is like probably 9 American dollars. To go about 1.5 kilometers, which is pretty expensive for Southeast Asia. But if you've been traveling through Southeast Asia and you expect the prices in Singapore to be similar to either Thailand or Indonesia, you will be way off. Or Malaysia, you'll be very surprised. But hey, listen, when in Singapore, so clean, such a clean city compared to all the other Southeast Asian countries that I've been to. Hello, it's my first time in Singapore.
Hi, welcome to Singapore.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Okay.
I think Singapore is nicer. It looks very nice.
Very small.
Very small. Yeah. All right, guys, here we are in this nice little area of Singapore known as Katong, and my hotel is right here. So this area is actually famous for having like really old colonial style architecture. So I am going to check into my hotel, put my stuff down, and then we can explore this area a bit. I'm very hungry, I need a coffee, and I just want to explore. I'm getting restless. So here we are, Santa Grand Hotel. This is Santa Grand, no? Okay. There we are. Alright, this is like a whole suite, guys. Look at this. I got the nice big suite. Amazing. By the way, they give you all of this stuff and it's all complimentary. The water, the snacks, even the drinks in the fridge are all complimentary. You got this beautiful couch to sit down with the TV here. I got 3 beds, which I don't actually need. I'm just gonna use one big one. Another TV here. Guys, I'm living it up here. I'm living it up. What else? Nice little tea set. Put my bag down. I'm carrying this thing. But yeah, guys, this is how it is in Singapore, I mean, you gotta pay a pretty penny for this kind of experience. It's not gonna be, as cheap, like I said, as traveling to other Southeast Asian countries. But you get what you pay for here in Singapore, as you can see. Wow, look at this bathroom. Really nice. Got a bathtub. It is very clean, guys. Look at this huge table to work. Man, this is like a mini apartment. a suite like this here in this hotel, known as the, I think this is the Katong suite that they gave me. It's gonna cost you anywhere from $200 to $250 per night. We are now finally out in the streets exploring. My bags are down, and I'm exploring this area of Katong. Katong, or Juchiat, also known as Juchiat. Actually, this area is the home of the Peranakan. Now, you might be asking, what is Peranakan? So, it's actually like a highly debated, kind of controversial word here in Singapore, Peranakan. So from what I've learned, it's actually the Chinese traders who came here way back in the day. And it refers to the local people, right? I think the literal definition is local people, Peranakan. But it actually, if you trace back the lineage of it, it probably traces back to the Chinese people, the Strait Chinese they call them, people who came from the Malacca Strait at the time when Chinese were coming here and trading, and you know, we're talking 18th century, 19th century, and they basically married local Malay and Indonesian women, you would say, here in this region, and those are the people that were known as Peranakan. So this area was actually their stronghold, and as you walk through this area, you do actually see a lot of the buildings that are here are the original buildings. They're from the time of the Peranakan, from the time of when the British were here, and it actually has a really nice charm, really cool vibe, because it hasn't lost its origin. A lot of Singapore is now a huge metropolis, so as you go through it, you'll see, like, you know, these huge buildings and stuff, and we'll keep exploring different parts. But since I'm staying here, I'm like, let me explore this area today. But yeah, this area has a very old school kind of vintage charm to it, and a lot of nice little places to eat, a lot of halal spots. We'll try some food, but first I need a coffee, and I'm not seeing any at the moment, but I'm looking for a coffee place because I need to get some coffee in my system. I'm tired. Really nice to be in Singapore. One thing I'm just kind of going along, observing. It's so clean, so quiet. I mean, for a city, right? You're talking about, this is a metropolis, it's a metropolitan city, but it doesn't feel like it. Like, it's so clean. There's not a single ounce of garbage on the floor. The streets are just like, looks like you can lick them. That's how clean they are. No noise pollution, no pollution in general. You don't hear constant horns and loud noises. It's something very charming and peaceful about this city as well that I'm noticing right off the bat. One thing you have to be careful of in Singapore is it's known as fine city, and that's not because it is a fine city for sure, but because you will get fined for things like illegally crosswalking, like jaywalking, for, you know, smoking out in public, or not flushing the toilet. Now, I don't know how strict these rules are, but yeah, apparently it's pretty strict. I'm gonna try to find some locals and see if I can ask them. Excuse me, hello. Are you guys locals? Yeah. I'm actually making a video about Singapore. I just wanted to ask you guys, this is my first day, my first time walking through the city. So what are some things that I should know as far as rules are concerned? Because I know that Singapore has some things like crosswalking. Is there something that I should know, that I should be careful about?
Where are you from?
I'm from America. Yeah. Everything. Okay, so like give me a few things that, like, maybe I wouldn't think of that I should avoid doing.
Avoid doing?
Yeah. Like illegally jaywalking, obviously that's a big no-no, right?
That's okay.
That's okay.
Unless you see someone who looks official standing nearby them.
Then be careful.
Yeah.
I know.
Basically, there's every written law you can think of to deter on something.
Like,
There is.
okay,
But
like
whether it gets
littering.
enforced,
Okay.
depends on you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is see what the locals are doing, but I was like, let me just ask somebody. I thought you guys were locals. So
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
from here? From this Katong area?
Yeah.
Ah, very nice. Beautiful. It's very old and vintage. I'm guessing most of Singapore is not like, doesn't look like this. This is a very special area.
Yeah.
What do you guys suggest that I try here? Something special about this area that I should try, like food or something?
I think during the day, people go for the prawn noodle by that corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
The red building?
Before.
Before.
Yeah, this coffee shop.
Is it still open?
No.
Okay, I'll try to
Come back in the morning.
try to do it tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Andy.
Huh?
Andy.
Andy Meyer.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Meyer. Nice to meet you.
I'm Nami.
Nami, nice to meet you.
Meyer.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Sorry to disturb you.
fine.
Have a good one. Bye bye. All right, guys. So Singaporean people, so far, so kind, as you can see. They just guiding me, telling me what I should do, how to be careful, and that's usually how it is with the rules. Like I was saying, like, you know, I don't know how strictly enforced these rules are. I guess it's a case-to-case situation depending on who you run into or who the enforcement officer is, you know. Maybe you get some people who are very strict, some people who aren't. It's the world's first beverage enhanced by electromagnetic waves. Let's go check it out. Hello, how are you guys? Is it okay if I make a video? I'm just making a vlog. This is my first day in Singapore. Thank you so much. And I just saw beverage enhanced by yeah.
Well, unfortunately, our coffee is closed for the day.
Oh,
but
no.
what I can do is that you taste a little bit of our juices.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Why not? Let's do that.
Since you're here.
But I'm staying right here, so tomorrow morning I'll come stop in and get a coffee. Yeah.
See you later.
Very interesting. Thank you.
So this is apple, lemon, and spinach. It's our sweet.
Apple, lemonade, spinach. Wow.
So apple,
Smells
lemon,
good.
spinach. So that's the only things that go into this juice.
So it's organic. Whoa. I see. Well, this juice is really good.
Right.
Pay for this
No,
or?
no worries.
Oh,
Just-
you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So kind. Thank you so much. Interesting to see that most coffee places close because it's not even 6 o'clock yet. So that's different than Malaysia and Thailand. So correction on my previous thing. I've seen a few people smoking cigarettes on the streets while walking. So I guess that rule is not as enforced as I thought it was. Good to know. Not that I smoke, but just good to know. You can see there's a lot of bars, people sitting outside. The one thing I enjoy doing, which is kind of weird maybe, but I like to see like how people live. So like getting away from the main roads and going into the inner roads.
Nampak tak tadi area Katong tu? Cantik kan? Bersih sangat. Dan tempat bangunan tu semua cantik lah. Rumah-rumah semua cantik. Saya pun tak tahu ada tempat nama Katong. Dan saya pun tak tahu sejarah orang peranakan tu. Baguslah saya tengok video ni. Saya dapat tahu.
Look at this beautiful Hindu temple. So one thing I've also noticed about Singapore is that there's a very diverse in religion. So you have Muslims, you have Hindus, you have Buddhists, you have Christians. I saw a church, a mosque, temples, and yeah, so it's quite diverse, as you can see. So what if someone wants to move to Singapore, what is the process like for like a foreigner if they want to come buy a place here or if they want to purchase a property here? Is it difficult for foreigners to do that, or?
For foreigners, depends. They move to Singapore for visiting or working, or what purpose they move?
Like let's say somebody wants to retire and buy a house here, or they would just want to move here for work. Is it a difficult process or to purchase property here, or?
It's not, the process is not difficult.
Yes.
So how affordable is the important criteria? How much their affordability?
That's it. So you need to have money.
Of course.
Money can buy you anything. That's the dream. Thank you, KB. Thank you so much.
How I can address you?
Huh?
How I can address you?
Meyer.
Meyer.
Meyer. My name is Meyer.
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. So, yeah, it looks like the process to buy an apartment here as a foreigner is not too difficult. You just gotta have money, guys. Which is the case for pretty much anywhere in the world. When you have money, you can just do whatever you want, you know? The world is kind of your oyster. How quiet is it? It's amazing. Hello. How are you, bro?
Okay.
Meyer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
making a video about Katong right now. Are you from here?
I'm from here.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Yeah.
Nice, awesome. So what can you tell us that's special about your area?
I think this area it's quite a mix of races. I think used to be shop houses.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think more Peranakan.
Peranakan, yeah. I heard.
Peranakan culture.
How would you describe Peranakan? I tried to look up the history of it, but like from someone who's local, like how would you explain that to someone?
From what I understand, probably from straits. I mean, they come from straits of Malaysia.
Malacca, right?
Malacca.
Yeah.
So there's a mix of Chinese.
Chinese,
China and
Malay.
Malaysia, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So like local people, like kind of Singapore at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. So like, what is the special thing? So I see that this area is like very vintage, like a lot of old.
Yeah.
Most of Singapore doesn't look like this.
No. So I think they try to preserve this heritage. Yeah, and then I think in the past, this whole East Coast area,
Yeah.
they try to preserve it to make it more like not so much of a public estate.
Yeah. But it's like not like super touristy like that.
I mean it's touristy so that people like you can come and
Exactly.
experience
Yeah.
Singapore.
You guys are very welcoming to tourists and foreigners. Like,
That's nice to hear.
yeah, like as soon as I got in, people are just so kind and like I don't have. I do this for a living. I travel,
okay.
so like I don't have that experience everywhere
Where are
I
you
go.
from?
I'm originally from America, and my family is originally from Pakistan, but I was born in America. Yeah, so, but just traveling the world, I get a sense of like just talking to people on my first day. This is my first day here,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. So like one thing I noticed about the people here, they're just so kind, you know. What is it like? What is it? Is there something in the water that,
I mean, the water is safe to drink.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
clean.
really?
Yeah,
The
please
tap
drink it off
water?
the tap. Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay,
can drink-
good
you
to
can drink it
know.
off the tap.
Amazing. That's another fact I just learned. I think well, how would you say like life is here for as a local? Like,
I think it depends.
It depends.
Yeah, I think it depends.
is it expensive to live here or?
as compared to other major cities? I don't think so.
Yep.
I mean, you can just go around hawker centers. You can get food for as cheap as $4.
Okay,
For drink, it's about $1.50.
that's amazing.
It's
Yeah.
cheap.
So
I mean,
you,
it's not
it just
that expensive.
it depends on what kind of life you want to live.
Yes.
You have the choice,
Yeah. I
which
mean-
in a lot of cities you don't have the choice. You're just stuck, right?
Correct.
But
I
here,
mean, housing, we have private housing and public housing.
Okay.
Public housing is subsidized.
Oh, okay,
So I think
okay.
it's. I mean, if you find a job,
yeah,
you get a decent, well-paid job. I don't think Singapore is that expensive.
that expensive.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it ultimately depends on how you want to live your life.
how you want to live. Awesome. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Gerald.
Gerald Meyer. You can see, guys, Singaporean people are cool, man. They're all down to talk, have conversation. And the good thing here is, obviously, as you can see, most people speak English. So it makes it a lot easier for me. The first offense. No wonder why there's no garbage. So this area has a lot of eateries, but this one in particular is known as Old Bibik's Peranakan Kitchen. So like basically the local traditional food. Like as you can see, it's pretty busy too. So a meal here like that, the one that I just ordered, so she told me her most popular dish is the mutton, which is goat, for those who might not know. So you can see this place is pretty poppin'. And it's halal, which is nice, so you know, I try to stick to halal food, because you know. Complements each other really nicely. Really, really good. Now what's crazy is I've had dishes like this in Malaysia, cost me about $4 or $5, but here in Singapore, it's expensive. But it's the lay of the land, you know. People here make more money, and things usually just cost more. Life is a bit more expensive here.
Gaya blogger Maya ni rindukan Malaysia juga. Sebut juga nama Malaysia. Tak payah risaulah. Dekat je. Kita berjiran. Saya pun pernah tahu berada di Singapura selama 6 tahun bekerja kat sana. Memang baik orang-orangnya. Bos saya kat sana, apa-apa pun ditolong saya. Kalau saudara saya pun ada di Singapura tu. Bila saya call, semua hilang. Yang tolong tu orang Singapura. Baiklah dia orang. Secara peribadi, saya rasa memang betul lah kalau undang-undang macam tu. Bersih Singapura. Sangat bersih. Dan juga kita kena ikut undang-undang bila kita masuk mana-mana negara. Dan juga ini untuk kebaikan kita juga. Selamat untuk kita yang melancur. Selamat untuk penduduknya. Macam mana? Betul tak? Okay, sampai di sini saja. Sekali lagi saya berterima kasih kepada semua subscriber dan juga sesiapa sahaja yang datang singgah di channel saya. Terima kasih dan harap hujung minggu ni anda berehat-rehatlah dan semua urusan anda dipermudahkan. Bye-bye.